My Lord and my God, I firmly believe that you are here, that you see me, that you hear me. I adore you with profound reverence. I ask your pardon for my sins and grace to make this time of prayer fruitful. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. Each one of us praying with this podcast right now can tell you, Jesus, exactly what it is that makes us weary, what kind of burden we're carrying, what it is that's tiring us out. Work, stress, responsibilities, commitments, lack of sleep, lack of time, frustrations, tensions, conflicts, sickness, maybe problems at work, in the family, in the world, in the church, problems in our heart, problems in our head. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. We see you time and again, Jesus, showing compassion, showing heartfelt compassion on the people who come to you who are weary and burdened. You went about teaching in cities and villages and synagogues and proclaiming the gospel and curing every disease and every sickness. And when you saw the crowd, you had compassion for them because they were bewildered and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. When your cousin John the Baptist was executed, you drew away to a deserted place to be by yourself for a bit. But when you arrived there, the crowds had beat you to the place because they wanted to be with you. They needed your help. And when you saw the great crowd, you had compassion for them and cured their sick. When you go to the town of Nain, you see a funeral procession. A young man, the only son of his mother, a widow, had died. And when you saw the mother weeping, you had compassion for her. You came up to the body of her son and raised him from the dead and gave him back to his mother. Time and again, Lord, when people come to you weary and burdened, you feel compassion for them and you give them rest. You teach them, you heal them, you free them of their demons, you bring them back to life. After that kind invitation comes a somewhat uncomfortable command. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. Well, thanks, Jesus, but I came to you because I'm tired and weary. I didn't exactly want to take more weight on my shoulders. I thought you were going to give me rest, and instead you just put your yoke on my shoulders. It's good to remember that a yoke is for two. Jesus, you're not just going to throw your yoke over our shoulders and let us carry it for you. You're inviting us to carry one and the same yoke with you. When you see us weary and burdened, and you are moved with compassion, you treat our problems like they were your problems, and you take them on yourself. It's as if you were telling us, you are weary and burdened. Let me help you carry it. And learn from me. Learn from me. Jesus, we can learn from you from when you were weary and burdened. We see you weary on a cushion, asleep in the back of a boat during a storm. Jesus, when you were weary, what did you do? You went to sleep. That's one thing we can learn from you. When we're weary, like you, we'll go to sleep and let the storm blow over. In another moment, you were fatigued from the journey and you sat down beside the well and you asked the Samaritan woman to give you a glass of water. But then you found your energies not from water, not from food, but from doing the will of him who sent you and completing his work. You got your energies by helping the Samaritan woman return to a life of grace. When we're tired like you, Lord, maybe we just need to sit down and ask someone to bring us some water, but also not miss an opportunity to bring someone closer to you, even if that means we don't get to quench our thirst, satisfy our hunger, or completely recover from our fatigue. In other times, Jesus, when you're tired, well, you just keep on working all night long. For example, when at sundown, in a town brought to you all their sick and their people who were possessed with demons, and they were all gathered about the door, and you cured many who were sick with various diseases, and you cast out many demons. And in the morning, while it was still very dark, you didn't go to sleep. You got up and went out to a deserted place, and there you prayed. Learn from me. Learn from me that when you're very, very tired, even at the end of a long, long workday, what you need is to pray. Take my yoke upon you. Let me help you with your yoke. The two of us can carry it together. And learn from me. Yes, Jesus, we want to learn from you how you carry your yoke when you are tired. For I am meek and humble of heart. Meek. Jesus, your heart is gentle, unimposing, unassuming. It's as if you're telling us, I got you. I'm listening. I'm someone you can talk to. I'm someone you can confide in. I won't judge you. I'm just here to help you. I am meek of heart. And your heart is also humble, but a special kind of humility, which literally means lowly, undistinguished. It's as if you're telling us that I know what it's like to feel beat, inconsequential, overlooked. I get it. Talk to me. Take my yoke upon you. Learn from me. For I am meek and humble of heart. And you will find rest for yourselves. For my yoke is easy and my burden light. Jesus, no yoke is easy or light. But any yoke is easier and lighter when carried by two, especially when the other person is a beloved friend, especially when both are carrying the yoke for love of each other and of other people. Jesus, meek and humble of heart, make our hearts like unto thine. I thank you, my God, for the good resolutions, affections, and inspirations that you have communicated to me in this meditation. I ask your help to put them into effect. My Immaculate Mother, Saint Joseph, my Father and Lord, my guardian angel, intercede for me.